We'll do one more because this one looked interesting, which is the top 10 most terrifying fish. This video looked bad.
Hi, it's Katrina. From ginormous, frightening teeth to creepy reproductive habits.
Really? You're showing this in the intro for the most terrifying fish on the planet? He's so cute. That's a sweet movie.
Number 10. Piara, an apex predator of the
Piara.
Amazon basin, Hydraulicus
Not really scary.
spondyloides, also called the vampire fish. The Piara has ginormous spiked teeth, including 2 long curved fangs.
Once again, big teeth equals scary. Whether it's attacked a human or not, or has any chance of attacking a human or not, does not matter to these videos. Big tooth equals scary.
Jutting in the wild, this carnivorous fish grows between 2 and 3 feet long and weighs from
Oh my
10
God.
to 35 pounds.
3
According to
feet.
the International Game Fish Association, the largest specimen on record was 3.5 feet.
So that's a Goliath tigerfish, not the same thing. That also has a fucking fisheye lens on its mouth to make its teeth look bigger, because that's not what the actual picture looks like. I've seen the actual picture.
And weigh a whopping 40 pounds. Captive Piaras are generally much
I think that's also a tigerfish. I think that's also not
smaller,
a Piara.
rarely. Number 9. Frilled Shark. The ancient eel-like
Okay,
frilled shark is
tigerfish.
a deep-water species that lives in
fucking
the open
frilled shark.
ocean. It's the last surviving member of a prehistoric family of otherwise...
It is not in the Dunkleosteus family. There's Why are they showing a picture of a Dunkleosteus? Those are not the same family. Frilled sharks, a cartilaginous existing shark, are not in the same family as... Okay, yep, cool.
extinct.
It might be as far as you could get. Evolutionary, like if you take the phylogeny of all fish to exist ever, frilled shark to Dunkleosteus might be one of the furthest differences, like the largest gap in phylogeny that you could possibly achieve.
The only way to free oneself from these backwards-facing, trident-shaped chompers is to descend further into the animal's mouth, precisely the direction it wants its prey to go in.
Oh God,
This species
not the video where we have to cut our way out of a frilled shark again. Please, I can't do it again.
doesn't just look. Humans rarely encounter this deep water dweller, and because of this, researchers know fairly little about them, including their population trends. It's thought that the frilled
Most
shark
terrifying.
is wide-ranging,
Humans
but
rarely
spottily
encounter, if
distributed.
ever.
According to the, while it's not unheard of for this creature to venture to the water's surface, it's
not.
unlikely you'll ever see one in real life.
Man, they really pulled out all the stops for this video. They really got that one guy to click on the image in Photoshop and then drag it across the screen and record it. Really high quality stuff.
A Japanese fisherman did catch a female in 2007, but experts believe it only came near just.
Why did he do
fisherman
jazz
did catch a
hands when he threw
female
the
in
net?
2007.
What's he doing with his hands? That looks creepy. That's the creepiest thing I've seen so far this entire video. That's fucking, why is that guy doing that?
Number 8. Atlantic wolffish. Named for its ferocious appearance,
Okay.
Anarhicus lupus, or
Not
the Atlantic
scary at all.
wolffish,
Are they going to show the video of the diver feeding it, hand feeding it?
also called the Scotch halibut,
Yep, there you go. Diver literally petting it.
Scarborough woof, or woof for short. It's served in fillet form.
It's called a woof? I've never heard it called a woof. That's
Many
awesome.
fish. In fact, like most of the creatures on this list, it has more reasons to fear us than we do to fear it. The species was once plentiful.
Then how are
but
you
is
making the
rapidly
most
depleted because
terrifying
trawlers
fish?
Potentially possible, however, to help replenish the Atlantic wolffish.
Wow, they really got some great stock footage. That guy writing impossible on the board and then crossing out the IM, that's deep. I wasn't convinced that we could do it until this guy right here wrote impossible and then crossed it out. That's so motivating.
And now for number 7. But first, be sure to subscribe and let me know which fish you think is the scariest in the comments below. Number
None
7.
of these.
Sea lamprey. The sea lamprey is an ancient species that resembles something out of...
Yeah, I've someone said this point earlier, and I'm going to steal it from them shamelessly because I don't remember who said it. Oh, I think it was Cat Lottle. I've swam in the Great Lakes in Lake Erie many times, which is overrun with lamprey. I mean, they have a huge invasive lamprey problem in the Great Lakes, and I've never once even seen one. So, not really terrifying.
After ingesting its bodily fluids. Every year, each lamprey alone kills an average of 40 pounds of fish. The species invaded the Great Lakes during the 1830s.
It's not very much.
Canal.
An entire year, 40 pounds of fish? That's like, I don't even want to do the math, but some absurdly small number, like 1/10 of a pound per day. It's like a minnow, if that. I live on Lake Huron. I've been swimming in it my entire life, and I haven't seen a lamprey once. Yep, there you go.
Feed into the water bodies. In any case,
They're just not interacting with humans. the most terrifying thing about them is the way that they devastate ecosystems as an invasive species.
These guys are bad news. Number 6. Blobfish. The blobfish looks like what it sounds like.
But how? Why? How? Why? How? Why?
A sagging nose-like appendage and expressionless eyes. In a 2013 online poll hosted...
Poor blobfish. You get one bad photo. Imagine if someone took a picture of you on your worst day. Think about the worst that you as a human being have ever looked. Imagine someone got a bad angled picture of you on the worst day you've ever had, and everyone in the world now remembers you as the ugliest human being. That's basically what blobfish are going for. That's basically what they're going through. They got one bad picture and now everyone thinks they're the ugliest fish on earth.
The blobfish lacks a skeleton and a swim bladder and has little to no muscle, yet it's still doing okay. In fact, there is
lacks a skeleton? What? Is it not a bony fish? Hello? There's no shot it lacks a skeleton. Yeah, it's just what? It's just in the toadfishes. They most definitely have a skeleton. I mean, I looked it up just in case, but they most definitely have a skeleton. I mean, they're well within the bony fish. They're well within the actinopterygii. All right, whatever.
Not to mention, in its natural environment, the blobfish looks nothing like the droopy, sad specimen that's come to represent it.
Yay!
That's simply what the otherwise
blobfish representation.
Looks like
okay, that's a terrible image of a blobfish.
All things considered, I think it's fair to say that the blobfish is indeed judged unfairly for its looks.
Yeah, it is crazy saying that they don't have a spine. I wonder where they got that from. Do you think they actually did some research and found some website that said that blobfish don't have a spine? Or do you think they looked at it and they went, yeah, that thing doesn't have any bones?
What do you think? Let me know in the comments
How would it
below.
hold together?
People tend to recognize this
They
fish
think it's
based on one
cartilaginous?
very well-known. Number 5. Pirarucu, native to Amazonian lakes and rivers,
What?
the carnivorous Rapaima gigas, also known as
Rapaima.
Amazonian cod, or...
I mean, scary if you're in the water with them, but not scary if you're just a normal human being. Rapaima are so strong that they can literally just kill you with one blow. I mean, they're so large and they have so much muscle mass that they can just go whoop, just break you in half. So don't get in the river or in the water with an Rapaima and you'll probably be fine.
Pirarucu, long, narrow
They're pretty
body with
chill
a flat,
overall.
rounded
Just don't
rear
try to
and
fucking
rudimentary
fight them.
tail. At one time, the enormous species was even on the brink of extinction, but it's abundant once more thanks partially to indigenous communities.
No, it's not. It's not abundant once more. Hello? I'm pretty sure it's still pretty well in the endangered. It's listed as data deficient. Ah, I see. So they don't have a status because it's listed as data deficient, but I'm pretty sure they're critically endangered. If they were able to get an accurate assessment, they'd be critically endangered.
Since 1999, the Pirarucu population
That's
has increased
not a
from just
Pirarucu.
2,500 to 190,000.
Those were probably red tails.
And fishermen are paid fairly for it, benefiting the local people. Number 4. Northern...
Is that the third different fish that we've seen today be when they show a video of a red-tailed catfish and it's actually something else? Why is the red-tailed catfish mistaken for every other fish?
Stargazer. To say that Astroscopus guttatus, the northern stargazer,
Classic.
is strange-looking would be a gross understatement.
Just
This
a bottom-dwelling
highly
fish.
unusual
Don't
species
stick your
dwells at
hand
the
in
bottom
its
of the
mouth and you're
Atlantic
good.
Ocean off the east coast of the U.S., as far south as North Carolina and as far north as the Chesapeake Bay and New York.
So your circle is not accurate at all.
As far south as North Carolina and as far north as the Chesapeake Bay and New York.
Notice that all of their placements are...
It has a speckled, flattened body.
It just amazes me the amount of things that they can get
wrong.
wrong. The pure lack of research, the amount of guessing that they're just like, it's fine.
Sounds a little odd, but not too weird, right?
And framed
The
as
northern
educational
stargazer's
videos.
most eccentric characteristics are its mouth and eyes, which
I
sit
do
at
love the
top of its
circles.
head facing upward.
Some high-quality
as unfitting
editing.
as these features seem, when a potential meal swims by, it creates a vacuum with its large
Yes,
mouth
a
and
common
sucks in
carp. The common common food of the ocean-dwelling stargazer. The common carp.
fortunate victim in. As you know, if you've seen other videos about venomous creatures, don't step on one.
I hate
Number
the stock
3,
footage.
Sheep's head. The
So
sheep's
weird.
head fish is scary for the
Aw,
simple fact
poor
that
sheep's
it has
head.
bizarrely human-looking teeth. Look inside its mouth and you'll see
I've
that
caught
it
a
has
sheep's
several
head.
rows of them. Making
We caught a bunch of baby sheep's head in nets when we were doing surveys of like the fish that were in the area off the coast here. There's a bunch of them.
it look even
Didn't you hate sheep's head in the past? Honestly, I always disliked all the fish that have human teeth. Like sheep's head and pacu and wolffish and all that. But I'm coming around. Wolffish are pretty dope. I don't really like sheep's head, but wolffish are pretty dope. I'm coming around to them.
Omnivorous. Number 2. Anglerfish. The anglerfish looks like something straight out of a horror movie.
Okay, this is the worst. This is like someone's third day using Blender. This is the worst animation of an anglerfish I think I might have ever seen. This is impressively bad CGI.
This carnivorous
The teeth look like plastic straws.
ranges in length from 8.
Why are its eyes black? Sorry, I just have to look at this a little more. Why are its eyes like a meshing star of black and white?
And weighs up to 110 pounds. But
Is that even an anglerfish?
Arguably large size.
Is that even an
anglerfish?
anglerfish?
It's the anglerfish's angry appearance and its reputation.
I feel like half of these, I don't know enough about anglerfish, but I'm pretty sure half of these images are not anglerfish.
This marine fish has a huge mouth filled with sharp, translucent
Glad
teeth.
we're using this. I'm glad that they came back to the CGI because this was really high quality and I was worried that they weren't going to use it again and that it would just be forgotten. But thank God that they used this little CGI here twice. Thank goodness.
There are over 200 species.
That's not an anglerfish.
Unusual fish.
Is that a wobbegong?
Sea devils. Most of them
Did they just show a wobbegong as an
live up
anglerfish?
to a mile
That's
below
insane.
the water surface in the Atlantic and Antarctic oceans, which thankfully means that you're unlikely
Oh, wait, we get the backstory of the CGI. Look, he
to
comes swimming
encounter
up.
one. But it could happen.
Let's
Some
go.
anglerfish do prefer
They
shallow
used it a
tropical
third time.
habitats. Number 1.
Okay, the number one most terrifying fish on the planet.
Sarcastic fringehead.
This has come up twice today. I've never heard someone call a sarcastic fringehead scary. They're small and adorable, and they just open their mouths really wide, and people are like, oh my fucking God, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Sarcastic fringe threatening adversaries at all costs, including other members of its species.
This video really loves just violently shaking. Do you think they just made like a violent shake effect in their video editor and they're just copy and pasting it for every image they have on screen? Because that's like the 15th time that something has violently shaken on screen.
Since most of its advantage, people have observed the sarcastic fringehead attempting to devour creatures as large as an octopus in one gulp.
The violent shaking. Yeah, it's 1 foot long. Damn, these videos are getting fucking disappointing. It used to be that when we watch these like 10 terrifying, sea creature videos, it would be, like mostly bad, but we'd have like a couple at least good entries that we could look at and be like, okay, yeah, sure. Those are good fish. Those are good picks. Now it's just like, God damn it. I mean, this is just bad. It's just bad. There's like no good information. They're using wrong videos. Yeah, it's become dumb funny. It used to be like make fun funny. Now it's just dumb funny.